Hi, this is Mark Slade from the Mark Slade Homes team, Keller Williams. And I know that you have a choice when it comes to hiring the right agent to sell your property. And so you need to ask yourself, really, what are the kinds of questions that I need to be asking, and what are the kinds of services that that agent is going to provide me to get the job done? Because we are a results-driven society, and you want the results. You don't want to put your property on the market and have it languish there and end up having to sell it for far less than it might have been worth if it was priced correctly at the first day. So I tried to prepare a little bit of a chart here on 2 pages to give you an idea of, well, I'll call them 3 different styles of agents. You've got the partial service agent, which is in the first column, and that's usually a part-time agent, as opposed to an agent that might work a 40-hour week, or an agent that might work more in the 70-hour range like I do. Time isn't everything, however. It's also a question of what you do with your time. So, you know, when we look across the list here, we'll see that putting a sign on the property, well, that's basic 101 in terms of home selling, and that still represents 6 to 8% of how homes are sold, because people are driving by, they have curiosity, neighbors see the signs, they have curiosity, they let friends know that are thinking of moving to the same town. So sign on the property is something that we all do. Entering on the MLS, well, this is the spaghetti on a wall. And a lot of agents think that that's all you have to do is throw it on the MLS, and oh, whoa, lo and behold, it's sold. And yes, there will be times that does happen, but the reality is it's usually a lot more than that. Syndication. What is syndication? Syndication is the process by which you enter properties on the MLS, and they are then distributed to a variety of other sites. In this area, that would be Zillow, Trulia, Homes.com, Realtor.com, and that's where the majority of buyers are shopping today at this moment. So now we're starting to get into points where there might be some differentiating principles. Photos. It always kills me. And the Garden State MLS, which is the MLS covering Essex, Union, Morris counties pretty thoroughly, including Passaic as well, when I see less than 25 photos, I start to shake my head. Let's face it, buyers are going to choose homes with the most photos first because you're giving them more to look at. And we've heard that a picture tells us, the story of 1,000 words. Well, 25 pictures is 25,000 words, and 15 pictures is only 15,000 words. Which story do you rather tell if you're trying to sell someone's home? Obviously taking multiple shots of the same room from different angles shows you more how a room looks, showing you the backyard, showing you the front yard, showing you architectural details, maybe showing you how close the train station is or some of the other local amenities. And that is a big differentiating point. And so anytime an agent gives you less than the 25 they're allowed, I seriously start to question what they're doing. The next area is either CMA or ACMA. CMA stands for Comparable Market Analysis. It's how an agent will generally try to give you advice on where to price your home. The quick and easy way is the CMA. We pull up 3 neighborhood comps that are sold recently. We might pull up 3 homes that are under contract, and we might pull up homes that are active on the market, because clearly we need to keep our eye on all of that. Actives would be our current competition. The challenge is that under contracts are meaningless for the most part because they don't tell us what the actual price being paid is. And more importantly, you could have 2 houses next door to one another that look exactly the same, that are both the same total room count, bedroom count, and yet they could be so different in condition, the pricing could be 50% greater in one versus the other. And that's where I come in. Our team does an advanced CMA trained by Jeffrey Otto, and that allows us to actually go in, pull up all of the photos, or if we've seen the home, provide intimate knowledge in terms of the size of rooms. We look at the taxes. Is it oil? Is it gas? All of the things that factor into what a home might be worth to today's buyer, and we make the adjustments. It kind of looks like an appraisal, but it's not. But it does hopefully get us an improved accuracy in the value of the home, and I usually find that my advanced CMAs are usually within 2 to 3% of where we end up landing the home. Calling neighbors. Better agents will call neighbors just in case they didn't see the sign going up. Broker open house. We all try to do that. We all try to invite the local agents because they still represent a significant number of the transactions. Public open houses. This is a funny one. Some people view public open houses as an invasion of their privacy, and I can't tell you how many times I've heard, I don't want my neighbors coming in to see my house. The ones I wanted to have already seen it. And the reality is a public open house in this day and age is more about, well, maybe it's that buyer that happens to just luck into walking through town on that day and realizes, whoa, this is the house I've always dreamed about. More importantly, holding public open houses allows greater ease of showing. It's less of an inconvenience. You're better prepared to be out of the home. It's not that last minute call where you got to go running around and cleaning up. You're prepared for it. People can come in. It's almost like having visiting hours. Open house websites. This is one of my team's biggest differentiators because we own and operate a series of open house websites that are dedicated to each town. And this will soon be made into an app. We're waiting for Apple and the Android stores to get back to us on approval. Blogging about your home. Well, let's face it, blogs are another form of social media. I have 110,000 hits on my blog, so some people are reading it, and that's more exposure for your home. Virtual tours and video tours. Now, this is a funny one. How many times have you pulled up a listing and you screen through all of the pictures, and then all of a sudden you see this button that says virtual tour? So you click on the button, and guess what? They're going to show you the same exact pictures that you just reviewed, probably with a little music, maybe a little voiceover. Well, I don't believe in that. I believe in a down and dirty video of your home. What do I mean by that? I will walk and talk and take you through the home as if you're with me. I will talk about the selling points, the features, and the attributes of the home. And the best part about my videos is they don't distort with extra wide angle type photography, so you get to see the house as you would see it walking through it. 9 out of every 10 homes I sell, the buyers were in love with the home because of the video. Own your own domain. Well, another way of getting your house out there as they're doing the search for your home is to own the domain for your home, which I always link to the video. In addition to that, I put a QR code, big QR code outside that's easily scannable with also the domain name. So let's say a buyer's thinking about your house, pulls up, but all of a sudden their little one is crying in the back seat. This gives the chance for someone to come into the house and the other person to scan the video using the QR code and see the same thing that their partner is seeing in the house. A buyer database. The more time you're in the business, the more buyers you accumulate in your database that have found you and are searching for homes. The better the agent, the more database they have. That's a pretty given because we're looking at the laws of supply and demand here. Market education. My job as a realtor is not to tell you what to do. My job as your realtor is to give you advice on what I would recommend you doing, and then I listen to you because I'm your agent. I work for you. True partnership, once again the same way. I'm available 24/7. That means every day of the week, and that usually means till 10 p.m. If there's an issue that's really important, there's a way to get a hold of me and I will respond. Responsiveness goes hand in hand with the true partnership. Identifying unique elements of your home. How many times do people just say it's standard colonial home, okay, without talking about either the style of the home, the upgrades in the home, the materials, the art glass, if there is any, unique features and benefits. And then social media dominance, and this is where I really come in since I also teach social media, and that is how do we get your home out there on as many different sites as possible. I blog on Summit, New Providence, Montclair, Glen Ridge, Patch sites. I blog on my own blog. I post on Facebook. My Facebook business page has a home search on it as well, which helps to facilitate even more transactional business for me. And the bottom line is the job is to get your home in front of as many buyers as possible. And that's what I do with our team. So what are the results? Well, in comparing just Maplewood statistics, one town, last year, I sold my listings in Maplewood, 24 homes between Maplewood and South Orange, in half the days that the average agent took to sell their homes. And I sold them for a full percentage price higher than they did. So let's say you have a $500,000 home. Well, I just got you an extra $5,000 for the same efforts. This is Mark Slade from Keller Williams, the Mark Slade Homes team. You can check me out at goodhomesforgoodpeople.com or give me a call directly at 917-797-5059. Thank you so much.